Irene and Miss Sylvia and CJ. How's everybody doing?
Hello, hello, ladies. How are you all?
We're doing great.
Good. I'm okay. I was just looking forward to. I see us now. Okay.
You see us now? Okay. So probably we're on Facebook, YouTube. We on Twitter or LinkedIn. LICMC is what I'm putting it on right now, folks. Give me a hot second. Click the button so you can hear it on the radio. There we are. Okay. You know, this is our chill night where we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about. But we had a topic that kind of culminated today. So Miss Irene, you want to tell them what it is?
Yes, based off the latest news of some celebrity news, we found out that a very popular couple, I'll just say Will and Jada, like I think yesterday when the news broke about the fact that they had been separated for 7 years and nobody knew this information. So that kind of sparked the topic for tonight for Girl Chat for Love or Benefits.
Yeah, that's like a big topic.
Right.
Anybody want to get started with that?
Yes, I don't think love is involved in that.
Okay, now I don't know if I'm really gonna talk about Jada and I'm gonna talk about what they're going through. But you said you don't think love is involved with what?
With them.
Oh.
I think they're friends, really.
Oh, okay. Everyone has a right to their opinion. I know that's right. Anybody else?
I mean, at this point, that maybe they really are friends that's just staying with each other because they don't want to be with anybody else permanently. They may have burned each other. They may have got times that they just kind of given up on anything else. They'll just stay together. That's just a theory.
Well, you know, they usually say it was an open marriage type thing.
If you get someone and have sex with them, you're tied with that person.
What do you think, Miss Destiny?
That is a very interesting topic.
Say how you feel now.
Well, with this topic, Mr. Destiny will tell us what's happening in a minute. We kind of like we're gonna open that table up a little bit broader too, because in general, people get together. Is it for love or is it for benefits? Sometimes it's for benefits. It's nice if it's for love. Now, is there anything wrong with getting married or getting partnership with for love and benefits or for benefits? I'm back on Miss Destiny to see if she has comments.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my grandbaby to calm down for a second.
Okay. Well, you just jump in when you're ready. Jump in when you're ready.
I think it's a benefit in getting married anyway, but that shouldn't be your sole reasoning. I think you should marry for love, but of course you guys both want to make sure that you guys are on the same page when it comes to the relationship. Yes. That's my thoughts. I'm not married, but this is what I agree with marriage. I know that a lot of people do think that it's kind of a contract type thing that, you know, it's basically what can I get out of the situation. In the way it is, wow. But I think when it comes to Will and Jada, I feel like it probably started out for love, but because they're in the public eye and they're so popular, They wanted to maintain appearances. They, public opinion, shouldn't stop you from getting different movie roles and, different opportunities in the entertainment world, but definitely it plays a big part.
I feel they genuinely care about each other.
I think they do too. They were talking about also when the slap occurred, why did he stand up for her and risk his career? I mean, I believe he still just has a lot of love for her, or even though they wouldn't be separated for 7 years, they probably would just be divorced. Then I think I was watching that, and the guy said that's the mother of his children. He's always gonna have strong feelings for her, so he probably would have stood up for her either way in that type of scenario.
I've actually been a fan of them since the beginning. They have always been like one of my favorites. And it's crazy that you don't put a value on marriage. Everybody can do their own thing, but as long as they've been together, I think that, the issues and problems that they're having are like way crazy. It shouldn't be. But like she was saying, everybody has their own issues and their own problems. And they have been separated for a while. So maybe that's the best thing.
They did call them a power couple too. So I was really cool with that too, to be able to see a couple together. And not being partial, but an African American couple representing, as well as representing couples as anybody and everybody, because everybody loves them no matter who they are. But I thought it was cool to be able to watch them, making all that money together, building a house together, having their children, having business, We've been watching them since they've almost practically kids. Really.
Mm-hmm.
So
you never know what goes on behind closed doors.
That's right. So you can be rich and wealthy and everything and still have a situation. But they're not divorced yet. So somebody said the divorce is not on the table yet.
Yeah, they're not even considering according to the view that she.
Sounds like they're friends, right? Maybe friends with benefit that time.
Right. They're still married, so. But a lot of people have been speculating anyway that they had open relationships, and on some level, this does in a way constitute an open relationship. They've been living separate lives for 7 years, not living together. They probably had other partners, and we know that Jada came out with somebody that he was entangled with, but at the time we did not know the backstory that they were separated.
I'm wondering, is that when she came out with that table talk, was things going on the right then? Because remember, it was because I remember she was on there and he was on there, and they were both talking about the issue about her being with the other guy, I think, or was it him with another woman? And
no, it was her with the other guy. Her entanglement, that became a very popular term at that time.
Well, genuinely, I think that's why AIDS and herpes exist. Wow.
I was thinking about the benefit part. I mean, can we say? I mean, I think having love is a great thing. Having a marriage and love, I think that's like the essential part of marriage to me. But we start talking about benefits, and I'm not talking about friends. I'm talking about people getting married. Now, I just mean, being married for benefits is different than being friends of benefits. Because now, like you said, it's a contract. It's a legal contract with the court. So lawfully you're married. And I'm wondering, should there? I mean, I guess it could be whatever what people might want to do. Because I remember some people not getting married because They wanted to be together, but they wanted to get to marry because it was going to affect their check coming in. So they stay together. They're partners, and they might even call themselves what they call it. They call it what kind of marriage is that? Common law marriage.
Common law.
Common law marriage. But they didn't want to really get married because they want to keep their benefits. So that's just another twist on that. You know, I don't know. It all depends on what people are seeking for. If you want to get married some people want to get married because they want to have they want to have these kids, or some people get married because, you know, maybe we can make it the best business partners. Some people may get married because of the benefits. You have some people that will honestly have benefits, and maybe they say, okay, let's get married, and between the two of us, we're gonna make stuff work. Now they could fall in love later. I don't know. So it's interesting because some people stay together in a marriage because of the benefits, even if they got married for love initially and they've been married 20, 30 years. But then now you got property, you have bank accounts, you have cars, you got this, you got that. So everything is all tied together. So people might look at it like, you know, and some people actually really live together under that pretense, and they might have it where they can go out and do whatever they want to do because they want to keep those benefits. And it's harder through the divorce because you got to split all that up. Now you really got to be thinking clear to want to stay with somebody like that, because some people be like fight mad, like, no, I'm about to get my half. I'm getting half the house. I'm getting half of this, you know. So some people would do it, but some people that's thinking on another type of level, I'm not gonna say. I mean, to me, like, if you can think that broad, where you can keep everything that you have and continue to expand your finances and you keep your properties and all this kind of stuff, and then not really have that type of interest in each other, that takes a different type of people, right?
Just be a business arrangement, and they probably have people on the side similar to what is happening with this couple, but they're living totally in separate houses, and you know, every day people don't have that privilege to have, you know, total separate house to just go live in. But I do know somebody that's going through something similar to what they're going through, and the benefits are playing a big part of why they appear to be staying together. So
wow,
it's everyday people that go through this. And I remember being young and hearing about people being separated. I don't think I fully understood it, and they might have been separated for some years, and it's like, are they gonna finally just end the marriage? Is there some type of attachment there or some type of closure that they need, or
they have kids for one? I get that.
Yeah, but the kids are adults. You know, they're thriving on their own at this time. So
maybe they have an arrangement to never part. I don't know.
I got a story for you. Do you have anything you want to add to this, Miss Destiny, before I go to the story?
Oh no, go ahead, please.
Okay, this is a real life story. I can't say no names, nothing. But you know how your friend be calling you on the phone, and the man was married, and he had a good job, and she had her thing going on, but he was like really cheating on her in her face. And they got so bold with it that she knew where he was. One time she had me on the phone, and she said, he over there again with her at the house, and this and that and the other. I I told her, so why are you going over there in a rage? I said, he knows what he's doing, and she knows what she's doing, and they doing it in your face, and they must want to see you go berserk over there, banging on the door, going crazy. So after I started talking to her, she called me more than once doing that. And I just kind of say, listen, you know how you look to them? They both are chilling, they doing what they want to do, and they watch you go crazy, and you going over there trying to knock the door down. I said, you should just lay back and go home. Because I said, you making something out of yourself in front of them, because they know what they're doing. So Eventually, as this time went on with them, should I divorce him and this and that? Now, this was my idea. My idea was to her. She said, "But if I divorce him, I'm not gonna have no insurance. He got a good job, and that." So I told her, I said, "Well, if you need the insurance, why would you divorce?" I told her, I said, if I were you, I would just get the benefits. I would keep the insurance or whatever else that you have going on because you really need it. She didn't have dental. She didn't have medical insurance like that. He worked at a United States office, like what do you call it? We had one a state job.
City job.
No, he had a state job. He worked for the state.
What's the difference?
It's big. You can work for the state. Both of them make good money, but you work for the state. The state to the state, the city to the city. Okay. But anyway, the whole point of it was since he had, and on top of that, he didn't want to divorce her. He was wanted to do what he wanted to do, stay with her, and he told her, he said, I'm gonna still, take care of this, and that. So you know how many years ago when I met her, she was doing that. For me, I thought it was wise for her to stay with him for the benefits, because he's doing what he's doing. This is another idea here. I said, why are you gonna divorce him and let her have him all the way? Then he gonna tuck away. Something what you want to do is I'm a thinker. And I'm going like, why would you just let him loose so she can totally have him? So that's what she wants you to do. And the benefit is you're his wife. And I said, if something happened to him, who's gonna get the money?
Right.
Well, it's the truth, y'all. It's just straight the truth. I said, if he dies, as far as when it comes to Social Security, so they have been going for married for a long time. Fire Social Security. I said, if you stay married to him, if he died, she's not gonna get a Social Security. I mean, they've been bumping around for all these years together. If y'all stay married, if he dies, you will get the Social Security benefits. So you know what she did? I don't know if he's dead or still alive, but she stayed with him all the way. And she had a benefit, she had her insurance. And if he were to die, I might have to ask you if he's still living. So I think he was sick. He started getting sick. But her point of it was, now at that point, that reminded me of my mother. Because one of my marriages, I wasn't about to stay with him. He didn't have no benefits like that though. But it wasn't even that. If my children are young, at that time, my children were young, and their welfare being was at stake. And I had to find a way to quietly get out without a fight, take care of my children. My mama said, well, he works for he's part of the, what do you call it? The Air Force Reserve. Well, reserve is fine, but that's not military benefits. And if he was messing around on the job, not working, doing some things that shouldn't have been doing, it just not taking care of the house, not taking care of the children. I had to find a way to get out. So when she told me that, I looked at her like, what if I died before he do? He's gonna have it. I'm not gonna get nothing if I stay in this situation, So it depends on the situation. But as far as this other lady's concerned, she never divorced that guy. So if he died, she probably getting Social Security, hers and his. She got his benefits from the medical, the whole situation. So I mean, it all depends. It all depends on what you want to do. This thing can spiral out of all kind of different kind of ways. To me, I thought it was smart. Now, listen to me. I really love love. I'm a lover of love. I'm amorous about relationships, being married, love. I do have no qualms about it. I think it's a sweet thing if you can find a good marriage and a good partner to be married to. I think it's beautiful. But I'm also a thinker. When I was maybe a teenager or something, I might not have been thinking like that. But I was looking at her situation while she was complaining and going down there trying to beat the door down, want to fight. Then I'm gonna get a divorce. I said, yeah, she driving you all the way to have nothing. And I was the critical thinker at the point that I'm not. If I were you, I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't, because I could see from the outside picture what was going on. And so she thought about it. She didn't divorce him.
I'd like to see if Miss Destiny has any thoughts on this story.
Well, you hear stories like that all the time. And like you said, Miss London, you gotta think. If you've been married over 20-something years and you know the life and health and all of that, then it's no point in getting divorced. But at the same time, you're not gonna sit there and go crazy over no man. I mean, that's when you need to, pick yourself up, dress yourself up. I'm not saying going out there and find nobody else, but don't go crazy going to somebody else's house, knocking on the door, wanting to fight them or tear up the car and the clothes. I've never believed in that. Never.
I agree with that.
And it's sad that some women are in a position like if they the stay-at-home wife or whatever, and they don't have a job and they have to depend on that man. And like you said, you need to think smart.
Exactly.
But if you can get out,
Right.
don't go crazy over love. The benefits ain't worth it.
After a while, it's almost seemed like, where is the love? The love went out the window.
Right.
But like Miss Sylvia said in the beginning, once you be consummate, you become attached. You had a spiritual attachment then, whether you mad at each other some days or you hate each other some days, but you still have that spiritual attachment to being with each other, So you still feel like feel the attachment, and almost you're not supposed to own anybody, but the ownership of each other, And some people, what they do, like he didn't want to divorce her. I'm gonna go get really real with y'all. What I was thinking was that lady had a hold on him, and I don't know if some witchcraft was involved, some voodoo or whatever was involved with him, because he didn't want to divorce her. He didn't want to let her go. He wanted to take care of her and all of that. But it was just kind of weird how you want to keep going to this other lady. But she didn't have a big enough pull on him for him to say, I'm gonna divorce you. He didn't want to do that. So.
But you just be surprised how that's not true. You just be surprised how some people can be. And I do know that there's some men that's the ideal situation. They get the cat they get you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was sleeping with both of them or not, but he probably had that sense of loyalty to her. They have those memories together. That's his wife. He remember walking down the aisle, so he still had that loyalty to her, but he still had the side thing. I mean, it's a lot of men that's their dream. So I don't know again what their arrangement was, but I wish we had a legal expert here, because I feel like again, like saying how can don't let it drive you crazy. For me, I think it would, because I can't be with somebody for all them years,
Right.
looking for like the last year for the benefits. I feel like I would have to do. I mean, I just think temporarily, maybe like the first few years, I'm coming up with a plan. Okay, I'm gonna see how I can get myself together so I won't need his benefits. So give myself like 5 years to figure a plan out. But beyond that, I don't see myself just trying to stay till the end of either one of us, till death do us part. I couldn't do that. But if we had like a legal expert here, because I would like to know, and I don't know if a lot of us even know this, but you can go to divorce court and have some terms written out. You guys can come up with so it's not like you just divorce and then you get cut off. Like a lot of times, you can get half, depending on the person that is more dependent on the monies. Then they can get an alimony. There's other things they could possibly even keep their benefits to some degree, or have some type of separation. Because I was looking up this because I know somebody that was going through that, and it depends on the state you live in. You can write up terms for your separation and make it legal. And then you can kind of divide monies without even doing a full divorce. So there's ways to kind of go around it, and ways to go legally where you can get protected. You may not have as much protection, but I mean, if the person is well off and doing well, you can get alimony, you can get all these different benefits. And if somebody in Jada's case, of course, she could get half. But whatever he's worth.
Well, vice versa for him too. He could get half too. You want to look at it that way?
Right.
He can't get half only because I'm saying I know that he makes more than her. I know his worth is higher than her.
So you talking about they go like who gets the who has the most of the money?
Man is out of the picture.
Mm.
But
Oh,
it
okay.
also has to do
Which is unfortunate.
Say it again.
Her husband died, which is unfortunate.
What are you talking about?
Might be talking about somebody else's story. I'm talking about Will and Jada.
You might think I'm talking about that other lady. Yeah.
Wow.
Will not
In the picture, which is scary.
We're talking about Will Smith. Will Smith is not, he's still living. Both of them are still living. So they're talking about being able to split that money up.
Okay.
Sometimes the people that's rich, like,
if somebody did something wrong in the relationship too. But it seemed like they both kind of been doing side stuff, so they probably even on that because if you know, and it's kind of like one of the parts of the couple, one of the person's fault. I know I'm not saying that right, but if it's one of their faults that they feel they need to separate, like somebody went out on the marriage or somebody did something egregious in the marriage. A lot of times too, they put like responsibility on that person, the financial responsibility on that person.
well, can I add this idea? Since if you have an open marriage like that, and it's open, then maybe neither one of them can get anything off of anybody because your marriage was like, if it's open like that, like what do you expect for these other little things that could just be happening? You can't just snap back into making it like it was a normal arrangement. If you have an arrangement where if you can do this,
and I agree with that.
yeah. So you might end up with the kids are all grown, right? Everybody's over 18. The only reason I would see the money would be for the kids that's under 18, but everybody's over 18. She's her way, his way.
And the kids making their own money too.
Be like they are and do what they do, and it's still you having complications. So they might end up where if somebody wanted, she don't get nothing, he don't get nothing. They both can take off of both of their things, and maybe like you said, they've been together for 7 years. Maybe they're not trying to do that. They got a lot. They got a lot at stake.
Right.
I feel bad because I feel like I also want people to be aware because you may be dating somebody in this situation and they saying, you know, I'm not with my wife anymore, but to what degree are they having this separation thing? They're not even legally separated.
Still married, yeah.
Somebody say they're single because they feel like they're single. They haven't been with their wife for 5, 6, 7 years. So I feel I'm single. So they'll come to you like that, and you think you're with somebody that's completely single.
Can I be?
That's not the case.
Can I be?
You gotta be aware. So I think their story kind of aware because you might need a third party in some type of situation like this and don't even know. And I forgot my other point, but I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll bring it back once I remember.
Miss Destiny, you had something to say?
Oh no, I was just saying it's crazy because like in the beginning of relationships, if you don't know nobody, if you don't think that they're cheating, then you go ahead and marry them and then you found out all this stuff. That's something different. But as long as they've been together, you wonder about that open marriage type relationship if they had that from the beginning, and then it caused problems at the end. It's something I've always thought about with them because I always thought, like I said, they were a loving couple. They wasn't like the Cosby Show couple, but you know, they was a black powerful couple.
Right.
So this is my grandbaby.
Hey,
Say hello.
Hello.
he's so cute.
You.
Yeah, so that's true. So it just shows you, even if you have an arrangement or an agreement, you still can end up with issues. If you have an open marriage where, hey, you can step out on me, I'm cool, or I can step out on you, cool. Or think about those people that do that. Sometimes they don't only just step out on each other; they integrate all together. Who did, like maybe he, she, they, them all together. Like
Yeah,
her friend,
that's
his
true.
friend, and them. So
I don't want you playing Russian roulette with my life, though. Physically or mentally, you're not going to play.
right. So I will say, and I'm be honest and frank. That happened to me years ago, and I didn't even know. The guy come after me and came after me and came after me and came after me. People don't have to tell you if they don't want to. If they're married or not. So this guy came after me. I was divorced and everything and said, okay, well, I'm not trying to get in, have any relationships right now. But the guy kept coming after me, and I really grew to like him, to love him, because he was the kind of guy that, a lot of guys, when I was married to, or either people that I meet, they say they're one thing, but there's something else, And we talking about now. I'm gonna be frank about the Christian community. I was raised in a Christian home. People that I was married to was Christian, but come to find out that Christianity, what they had no weight, what they was just chatter is what it was. And so what burnt me was I found out the people that say that I'm a Christian man, this and that, but then you had another way at home. Then I'm going like, okay, so if I hear that somebody, oh, I'm a Christian, this and that, well, that's nice, but what's your attitude? How do you treat somebody? You say you love somebody, you're gonna treat them like you love them. So after getting out of the marriages and met him being a frank person, let me know exactly who he was. That's what I admired about him. He told me who he was. If he didn't believe something, he didn't believe it. If he was not, I'm not totally saved, I'm this, but he told me. He didn't pretend like I'm this and I'm that to get me.
Right.
But one thing he didn't do, when I was almost falling in, come to find out what the guy was married. And I said, how come you didn't tell me you was married? Because he said, I knew that if I told you, he said, we have not been together for a long time. And he said he left her because he came home one day and found her in the bed with another woman. That's a whole soap opera right there. So, I said, why he didn't get divorced? Was he too cheap to divorce or what? So, but he didn't even tell me this till later, until he thought he had me, right? And he frankly told me, because I know if you had known I was married, because the kind of woman you would not be talking to me. So we got to really be careful. We got to check these people.
Right.
Okay, so I had to move out of that. But just for him to just come in with that trickery stuff, and that was a straight trick and a straight line. That's what, if you want to be with me, you need to marry her. Divorce her. Well, he didn't even know what the woman was at. So he said, it's, in other words, his mind divorced her, but he didn't, he didn't legally divorce her. So you still married, So it's all kind of situations out there. So he didn't say, well, I'm going to divorce him. He never said that. But he just didn't tell me. Then when I found out, I guess they tried to get the hook in you, right? Get your heart and all this. Then what was I supposed to do? Just stay there for the rest of my life, dangling by a little string, and you married? So I thought he was truthful. He was truthful about a lot of things, but he was not truthful about that, because he just wanted me, and he knew that I would have said no if I had known in the beginning. I would never got involved at all with that. So you got a lot of slick people out there that do these things, and you got to be careful.
Right.
That's true.
You're right.
Well, some people, they'll live a life forever. They'll just live a life forever. If you don't find out, you don't know, you're not going to know. You think one thing, just like that movie on Lifetime. She said her husband's other life, she didn't know the man was married to somebody else. Come home every day, work a job, take care of his wife, having kids, then got another wife over in another state. How do you know?
That's somebody that don't want to pay attention to the signs right there. There got to be some signs in the beginning of that relationship that you can like.
Some of these people real good at pulling that wool over, but
real good.
That's true. That's true.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
To be frank, that's why AIDS therapy exists. Right.
AIDS and herpes and all the stuff.
Right. That right there is a death right there. You can die.
Well, I
I
do.
was thinking about a person that I know, that they've been burned, they've been married multiple times, and the last one they really got burned with. But they're still collecting benefits off of them because they need help and support and all this.
Hmm.
And they basically, and I'm thinking maybe another thing, it could be two of the lesser evils in their scenario is because either way, either that person may divorce or separate or divorce from you, and they're going to get alimony or they're going to get some. It may be worse, to get divorced financially on your pocketbook. So if they just stay on my benefit package and I help them out sometime, then financially I'll be better off than if I divorce. Then I have to pay this big alimony every month or whatever the case is, child support or something like that. Depending on if you guys have kids. But if you have kids,
You have kids, that's worse.
yeah, you can still take care of the kids and not even have to pay child support if you taking care of the kids properly. But she can still go get child
I
support.
like that you said property delivery because my father still owes for child support, right?
That's crazy. Yeah, so sometimes I think two of the lesser evils for them feel like, well, let's just be separated, and because divorce is too expensive. And the same thing might be felt for these celebrity couples, because I noticed a lot of divorces going on with a lot of different celebrity couples.
Right.
One of those couples that are going through. When I just pray against divorce, because it just seems like a whole lot.
That's not right there, right?
For those celebrity couples, it can be just like easier to just keep under that facade, because if you have certain type of roles and you're in entertainment, like Will Smith is considered the nice guy, the perfect hero of all these different movies, and what would it mean if he's divorced, and what would that mean with his roles? Would his jobs be different? Will that reflect on his paycheck? Because people don't see him the same way anymore. So he probably has more to lose than she does. And I really feel like it's going to be him that wants to hold on to it for that particular reason.
Think
But
so?
that's my speculation.
Wow.
Well, you know what? They might want to hold on to each other for that reason.
Well, maybe they will come back together one day. 7 years is a long time though.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm even praying for them too. And I feel like it's not too late. They don't think they need to get the baby. It's not too late, but I don't agree with them having side people and all of that.
I don't either. That's why everything.
Yeah, I think he has more money than her though, because I think he started rapping when he was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And then he got into his acting career, and she came on years later on
Right.
A Different World. So yeah, he does have more than her, and he does have a lot more to lose.
With that, but look at these terrible diseases. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the terrible diseases with people with all this money, you can
That's what I'm about to say.
they get all the money so they can get the best doctors to help them. I mean, that's not a good thing. Yeah.
Money
Yeah.
is nothing. You have AIDS, you can die.
It looks like people with all that money though shouldn't have those type of problems in their relationships and in their marriages. Like, what do you have to struggle for or fight about?
Right, because like basic
What we going to eat
lifestyle.
today?
People work just to make sure they get money and take care of business. That's it. What else? I mean, what else is there? If, you look to make all your ends meet, and they have millions and billions of dollars in property. They could do whatever they want, go wherever they want to, go over there and buy a whole estate if they want to. For I mean, they'll show you money's
It
not,
makes us all human though, too, at the same time.
huh?
I said, I was just saying it makes us all human at the same time, no matter if you're rich or poor. Those relationship problems, friendship problems, job problems, all of those can cause issues in anybody's life, really.
You can be unhappy.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people not liking Jada, and I do feel like she is trying to get attention. I don't know why he agreed to do this at this time, because I do know it's coming out, her memoirs coming out, so that's something. But I did hear some years ago that she said once she started having kids, she felt lost. Her career and everything was like kind of gone, and everything was about him. And then Red Table Talk kind of gave her a resurgence as far as what she was doing and her purpose and all of that. But once they had all this drama and she pulled him on with her entanglement, it kind of made her look bad. And everybody's like playing her as she's the bad guy. I don't know if I agree with that or not. But I pray for her too, because I do feel like she has to prove herself versus her husband, which is such a bigger name than her. And she felt like when she had kids and a family that he kind of, everything about his career kind of took over, and she just kind of fell off at that time.
That sounds like benefits to me by now. Well, what about Gabrielle Union? Because we heard something. Did you just recently hear about Gabrielle and Dwayne? Hey.
What happened?
He just told on Today's show on NBC, had another article on the page talking about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle and how they he basically told her he was having a baby with another woman. I think this happened to me years back. I'm not 100%, but obviously they're still together, and they still try to make it work despite that situation.
So is that kind of old news, or just now coming out?
I think she's just kind of telling her personal feelings on it, because I think it may have happened a while back, but she's just now kind of letting people know that was like the hardest point of her marriage.
Gabrielle seems like the kind of lady that she.
Well, I see Miss London is snacking. I think everybody probably has things to do for the night. So, does anybody want to have any final words to share?
Thank you. I'm done.
Love and benefits. That's all. I guess love and benefits. Whatever, like so the way the world goes now. Whatever you want.
I'll take the love over the benefits.
I would too. Most love, matter of fact, love is the benefit. If you can get some love, real love. Amen. Well, thank you for being with us, Miss Destiny. She's all dressed up, all beautified and everything. You want to tell them about your jewelry?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Denise. Go by Destiny. And I sell paparazzi accessories, fabulous $5 jewelry. Everything is nickel and lead free. I do ship from my home. I also try to start going live from my Facebook, but paparazzi accessories.com/299290. Thank you.
What is the message, man? I would like to buy some.
There you go. Okay. We have a number for you to buy some.
Okay.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you. Have a good night. We love you, everybody. Thank you for the big sister chat.
I just want to say I'm praying for everybody's relationships. God bless y'all.
Ooh, thank you. I'm praying for you guys also. And thank you.
And I'm gonna
I
book
heard her.
boy and she's my best friend.
Okay, so are we saying who's saying the prayer? You saying the prayer, Irene?
No, I'm just saying that I'm praying for everybody's relationships. You know.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All right.
praying for you, basically, I'm not gonna pray at this moment.
Okay, well, next time, let's come back and talk about relationships between sisters and brothers and mamas and daddies and friends. Them kind of friends with benefits. I
Ooh,
would-
that's a good one.
hang with you because of what you have.
Mm.
Or I'm mad at you because of what you got. But I'm hanging
Oh,
with you anyway. I'd like to come back and talk about that. That's
okay,
that's a trouble topic right there.
Thank
Love you, everybody. Have a good night.